On this video, I'm going to show you some of my favorite ways to get feedback from others that will help us improve our confidence when we speak in front of a group. Hey, this is Doug Standard with Fearless Presentations, the fastest, easiest way to eliminate public speaking fear. On this video, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite ways to solicit feedback so that you actually improve your confidence, so that you become better as a public speaker. The very first thing, and this is the thing that people often overlook, is being able to what I call read your audience. So when you're presenting in front of a group, what you want to do is you want to look at the body language of the people that are in your room, especially if you're seeing a majority of the people in the audience that are giving you good positive feedback. That lets you know that you're doing really well. So like for instance, if you look around the room while you're presenting and you see people, when you say something that they agree with, they nod. They might even have a positive expression if folks kind of look back at you and they're smiling, or even if they have a neutral expression, but their eyes are kind of open. That tells us that, hey, I'm communicating well. I'm delivering my presentation in a positive way, and that helps us build our confidence as we speak. At times, we're going to be presenting and we're going to look around the room and we're going to see people on their cell phones. We're going to see them kind of distracted or staring off into space, or we might see confused looks on their face. Those are all bad things. So if you're seeing that in your audience, that means that something you are doing or something that you have just done has kind of turned the audience or distanced yourself from that audience. So that feedback that you're getting from the audience is the number one most vital way to elicit feedback in a way that's going to help you kind of make improvements. The second one actually is similar to the one that I talked about on the last video that is a bad way. It's when we get our friends and coworkers to kind of coach us before we do a presentation. If you saw the last video on that one, I kind of talked about how feedback that we get, that verbal feedback that we get from our friends and coworkers, can sometimes lead us down the wrong track. However, the visual feedback that we get from a friend or coworker, though, can be very, very helpful. So like, for instance, when I'm presenting, just like what I'm doing with my audience, when I'm presenting to my friend or coworker, or when I'm running through a practice with them, I'm looking at the way that they're responding. What's the visual feedback that I'm getting from that person? If, as I say something, they're nodding and they're agreeing with me, that means that probably what I've just said was very understandable. It's easy for them to follow. If I'm looking at them and they're looking back at me all confused, that allows me to now make adjustments in my presentation. That was something I said that was kind of confusing, so I change it up when I actually get in front of the real group. So a practice with a partner with the visual feedback can be very, very helpful. But just like I said on the last video, when they give you that verbal feedback, kind of take that with a grain of salt. Sometimes that can kind of lead you down the wrong path. And so be very, very careful about that. So the third area, or the third way that I like to get feedback, is with a professional coach, somebody who does presentation skills, somebody who is really, really good at coaching other people. So if I want to improve, being a professional speaker myself, sometimes what I'll do is I'll have one of my instructors actually coach me. I'll have them listen to my presentation, give me some feedback. It's going to be very positive. It's always going to be pointing me in the right direction. That's one of the reasons why the clients of Fearless Presentations hire us to come out and do custom programs for their groups, or people will attend one of our Fearless Presentations classes. It's because you're getting access to that professional coach. It's an independent third party. This person has no knowledge about what you do on a day-to-day basis. All that person is doing is looking at your presentation and the way that you're delivering that information and helping coach you to a higher level of performance. And that can be very, very valuable. So if you really, really want to make changes and become a better public speaker, then a good coach can help you do that in a much, much, much faster way. Hey, so if you're looking for more tips and more strategies to help you improve as a public speaker, make sure and subscribe to the channel. We come out with new videos every single week.